Now, I know you guys are already looking at the title and thinking Phantom Man has lost it. He's gone insane. What do you mean Meruem versus Don Freecss? This can never happen. But what if I told you that this would be the battle between the two strongest characters in the entire series, and it would have an outcome that nobody would expect, because these two are both the strongest characters that we have ever seen as of yet, because we know Togashi will never finish Hunter x Hunter. But no, in all seriousness, we do know that these two are the two strongest Hunter x Hunter characters, and them two going at it would be insane, because we know that Meruem, he was the strongest character from the regular world, and I'm using air quotes because obviously Hunter x Hunter is irregular, but the main world, whatever world you want to call it. But Meruem post Nuke, I definitely do think that he is the strongest character of that world. We saw he was moving faster than light, one touch and he could kill you, and obviously we saw that he was just knocking people unconscious. He didn't even want to kill them, and we saw he was able to learn any ability. He was able to fly, grow wings, all that good stuff. And we know obviously his strength is unknown because we didn't even see him get into a fight. So Meruem definitely is overpowered once he got that nuke. But we were revealed to the strongest character on the Dark Continent. That's pretty crazy to think, because we saw Netero, Zigzoldyck, Lynette, a lot of strong characters go to the Dark Continent, and yet Don Freecss is still the strongest of them all, because he's lived there for hundreds of years. He's even created the East Side's Traveler Guide, and we know that he is Jing and Gon's ancestor. So at the end of the day, you know he's going to have a crazy ability. But when it comes to this battle, the health is the most important thing, because we know that since Don Freecss has been alive for that long, he may be old and aging and out of his prime, similar to Netero. Not saying he would be weak, because obviously I'm not saying Netero was weak, but him being out of his prime could be a huge factor, which would explain why he only did get one side of the Dark Continent done, and this would make him a lot weaker than what we thought. But then we also have to think about Meruem's poison. Yes, because we know that Meruem's poison, it can kill him in a couple of hours, and we saw he didn't even make it through the night. Like, yeah, it was basically worse than NyQuil, let's just put it like that. But we saw that he was still broken on that limited time schedule. Like, even though he was poisoned, he was still able to do all those broken things. It's just he died very early, so it would honestly depend on his opponent. But this led me to believe that Meruem can defeat Don Freecss. Yes, because if you take both of the characters in their prime, you take away all the nerfs and all that stuff, Meruem is unstoppable. And although we haven't seen Don Freecss, I'm not saying Don Freecss is weak, but I'm just saying that just imagine seeing a prime post-nuke Meruem going all out on the Dark Continent. I don't think anybody would be able to stop him, not even Don Freecss. And even if Meruem didn't meet him after he was poisoned, we're taking into account that Don Freecss may be aging, I do think that he would be able to beat him. Now, if Don Freecss is still in his prime on the Dark Continent, he's still ready to go, that is a whole other story. But take into account that if he did age similar to Netero and he did actually grow older, I don't think it's too far-fetched to believe that Meruem can defeat somebody from the Dark Continent, seeing as how he is technically originally from the Dark Continent, because we do know that that's where the Chimera Ants did originate from. So I do think that Meruem, if you do take him on his strongest day, he may be able to beat one of the strongest characters known as Don Freecss. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't.